What's up, YouTubers? I'm buying a van. Woo! But I got to tell you, this was quite the process. And man, did I learn how to do some homework. A lot of it on YouTube, of course. Other avenues, but mainly YouTube. In 2021, I had taken a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee and I outfitted it to do some pretty serious camping. I did some modifications on the interior. I bought an amazing roof rack, and I had a tire carrier built. I did everything I could to get this Jeep to do the best for me in some camping, and it's been awesome. And I still have that Jeep. Did I know that this was going to happen? Did I know I was going to buy one right away? No, this process went on for months. And it's not like I've got money falling out of my pockets. This was a borrowed situation. I had to go to the bank. I did narrow things down. I'm not a sprinter person. I didn't want something that big. I definitely wanted four-wheel drive. And the more I was camping, the more I was seeing the Westphalias, a few tin tops, and I looked at that and I go, man, maybe that is it. And the more I saw them and the more research I started doing on these, I was pretty locked in. My purchase was a 1986 Vanagon Syncro. What do you say we take a look at some video of my process? I'm going to do a little bit of voiceover while that video is playing to explain a few things. And then I'll come back to you. We'll talk a little bit more. All right, see you in a bit. If you recall, I mentioned homework. Here's a few images of just that. Months and months of it. From the Samba to auctions to Craigslist to Facebook Marketplace, back and forth, back and forth. This one here was in New Mexico. Man, I'm disappointed I missed out on this one. Then this baby came across as I kept searching on the Samba, and I am pumped at this point. And so my communications began with Jeff Matthews at VW Upfitters. They are located in West Valley City, Utah. I believe it's just outside of Salt Lake City. They are a service and restoration company specializing in Volkswagens. What I haven't mentioned in all of this is I live in North Florida and Syncros are non-existent. So this was going to be a long distance purchase for me. As I was seeing more vehicles, I was also looking at if I found something flying one way, driving the van back. And with any of my communications with the sellers, I had to ask, is this van long distance drivable? So trust had to be there. And that was the same situation with them, especially with this particular van with Jeff Matthews. This van had a freshly rebuilt motor. Let's get back to the video. In one of my exchanges, it'll show you how thorough he was with one of my questions. His answers were great. And here is that exchange. At the bottom is that specific question. And I'm sharing it because these things are just that important. And the communications went on. And it's now super exciting at this stage. There's an offer. Then there's an acceptance. And we really start moving forward. And I am so stoked. And the true reality hits me. Bam! A bill of sale. Wow. We agreed on a sale without that awesome roof rack. Look at that beauty. But I'm sure Jeff will find a new application for it. If you recall, I mentioned that I have a great roof rack on my SUV that I will transfer to the van. It's made by Go Rhino, and I absolutely love it. And as you see here, the roof rack was removed, and the van is up on their rack for a final inspection before it starts its transportation east. And while all this was going on in Utah, I had plenty of homework to do on my end. What kind of homework? I had to find transportation, a car carrier to take that van, my new van, from Utah to North Florida. Jeff had offered to put it up on what they call the board. He's very familiar with transporting vehicles, but I had been doing some previous homework with other potential purchases, so I needed to get an idea of what that was going to cost me. So I had some companies stored away. I saved their information, is really what I mean. And so I reached out to them, and that began. That process was pretty tricky. In fact, I was almost scammed. Believe it or not, I had committed to a company. I paid a deposit, and I was good with that company. The process began. I was locked in for a pickup date with Jeff. That company had communicated with Jeff, had communicated with me. Jeff knew what was going on. And as you'll see further in the video here, yes, that car carrier company showed up, did their job. But in the days to come, in fact, the following day, I get a text from what this person claimed to be the car carrier company, making a claim that my vehicle was heavier than what was quoted. They were going to need more money. And these guys were this close to getting over $1,000 out of me. Thank God I wasn't that stupid, but I was darn close. And man, I got to tell you, I felt like such a fool. But thankfully, they didn't get me. Let's get back to the video. With the inspection complete, I receive a new message from Jeff.
Frank, we're excited to get this van to you. It is ready for pickup tomorrow. You'll see all the work that we did on it is complete. We did a quick wash, although it's going to get pretty dirty on its way over to you. And but you'll see what it's supposed to look like once you shine it up a little bit. And I'm excited to have you get it and experience a Vanagon for the first time. Here's the interior shot. Appreciate your patience. And here's just a feel for some of the other vehicles that we work on here. That's a German fire truck that we imported, and then see buses and Beetles and all kinds of different Volkswagens. We only work on things that are 91 or older, and mostly these vans, you'll see a couple there in the background that are really built out Syncro camper vans. It'll be fun to see what you do with this one. Anyway, thanks for the opportunity to work together.
And just like that, December 20th came around. The car carrier company showed up at VW Upfitters. Well, as you can imagine, the anticipation is really going to grow over the next few days. I was told that the transport time frames between 5 and 7 days across the country. There was a small possibility it was going to show up on Christmas Day. Wow, that would be pretty incredible. I want to go back real quick to the scam that I had mentioned. This literally had nothing to do with Jeff and VW Upfitters. I can't tell you how professional everything was. Obviously, you can see in the video, the transport company showed up. Everything was nice and clean. And Jeff's staff documented everything as it was leaving their property. What happened there with the scam, I don't know. Someone intercepted my separate communications with the broker that I was dealing with to try to find the transport company. Who knows? Well, my anticipation is growing dramatically as I await for my new vehicle to arrive, which apparently is about 10 minutes away. And of all days, it's arriving on Christmas Day and traveling from Utah all the way to St. Augustine, Florida in just a couple of days. I purchased this van from VW Upfitters. Stay tuned. Well, the transport vehicle has just arrived. Jeff Matthews with VW Upfitters, I can't thank you enough for working with me, my man. I am so pumped to be receiving this on Christmas Day. And there she is, hanging on the back. That beautiful dove blue VW Vanagon Syncro. Yes! Driver Sergey from G&D Car Transport. Yes, I'm in the front of Dos, your local coffee company. The van gets lowered. Super pumped. Sergey here. He's been fantastic with communication. Very trusted company. G&D Car Carriers LLC. There it is. That thing is purring. Quite the day for me. I feel like I've paid my dues. It's taken about 11 months to find the right van. VW Upfitters. After my inspection on delivery and a secure exchange for the funds of the transport, the keys were in my hand. I guess it's time for me to start this puppy up for the first time. Oh yeah, huh? That is a great sound. If you haven't noticed, it's been a rainy afternoon. I'm gonna do a full walkthrough on the van. Pretty stoked. I just need to get out of the rain. Stay tuned. Well, here's a quick look at the interior as I got it parked at my condo. As I mentioned, I do plan to do a full walkthrough and my future plans for this baby. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed watching my experience with the purchase of the Volkswagen Vanagon Syncro. I certainly did. I'd love a thumbs up, and I'd truly appreciate you subscribing to my channel, My Life After 50, Frank Morrison. Your questions and comments are always welcome, and I'm quick to respond, so please reach out. There's no question I'm going to recommend Jeff Matthews and his company, VW Upfitters. If you're in the market, check them out. I had also mentioned earlier in the video how I trusted the car carrier company. That's a big deal, so do your research there. That company was G&D Car Carriers. They are based out of, I believe, Jupiter, Florida. I plan to do many more videos that involve this van. I'm going to be doing some interior build outs and camping galore. I can't wait to share that with you. Thank you again so much for watching this video. Until next time, bye-bye.